What is up, guys? This is YOUNGBREEZY961 here on SimplySlimYGO's channel. I do want to take a quick thanks to for letting him let me do a guest upload here on his channel. I really do appreciate it. And let's get straight into the video. I wanted to do a video on his I really miss this deck, or I miss his deck. And that deck I'm doing this on is Dark Worlds. Yes, I'm doing Dark Worlds just because of the fact this deck really truly holds a spot, and at least in my heart or my Yu-Gi-Oh career, just because of the fact that I've loved this deck since I've had it in my hands and had it at my disposal. And I just love the way the deck flowed and how the deck was able to manipulate your opponent's hand. You were able to plan ahead, and you kind of had a pretty good matchup with all the decks that was being played just because of the viruses, which you played Deck Devi and you played Eradicator. But I wanted to pick the YCS Chicago Benedict Junk Dark World Dark Creator deck to show you guys and go in depth with it and kind of explain my views on why he played certain things. So let's get into the deck list. He ran 2 Tragodia. Yeah, Tragodia was actually being played around that format just because it was useful. This new format, I really don't see it being a thing, and I believe it is at 3. You play 3 of the staple Dark World card, the big boss monster of the deck, and that is Grapha. Everybody hated this card just because when it was discarded from Dark World dealings or dragged down, and when it got sent to the graveyard, you pop a card, and it was a card your opponent really needed to keep them in the game, and they really got mad. 3, the Dark Creator. I'm gonna get back to this card. He ran 1 Dark Armed Dragon, 3 Snow, which really is the searcher of the deck, 3 Brow, which is one of the draw powers of the deck, at least in a monster form. When it is discarded to the graveyard by a card effect, not by cost, obviously, you get to draw a card, and plus another card if this card is discarded from your hand to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect. So if you ran in the mirror match potentially, you discard this card off of Dark World dealings and really draw 2, which was pretty insane back then. Then obviously 3 Tour Guide. This card was really insane in Dark Worlds, and I'm going to get into the extra deck card that really helped this deck, OTK, in that certain format. Then Rest in Peace Morphing Jar. I really love this card, and it was really fun setting him when your opponent attacked. You flip it, both players discard their entire hand and draw 5 cards. This card was really funny playing it in Dark Worlds and this specific build. Then he ran 3 Maxine B4, obviously. Now it got hit to 2. For the spell lineup, he runs 1 Allure, obviously it's at 3 now. 3 trade-ins, which really allows you to discard your Dark Creator and Grapha, but Dark Creator just because of the fact that it adds another Dark for Dad and Dark Creator. 3 Upstart Goblin, obviously it got hit to 1 here, sadly, rest in peace to the other 2 copies of Upstart. 3 Dark World Dealings. I'm so glad this card is not on the ban list or limited. Konami, please don't see this video and hit Dark World Dealings for me, please. 3 MST. This was one of the only cards that besides Dust Tornado and all these other cards, it was a staple, and then Twin Twister came around, and then all the other copies of MST, and it helped you against Fire Fist. I believe this deck was actually being played around Fire Fist format. I could be wrong. And then to round up the spell lineup, he runs 3, of course, of the field spell, the Gates of the Dark World. And he only really ran 2 traps, and that is Deck Devi and Torrential Tribute. Just because of the fact in Fire Fist format, they spammed you Torrential. You didn't really care because you can get Grapha next turn. Deck Devi really helped you get rid of the Leopard, the Spirit, anything else that really is a problematic card. And it was fun to play against your opponent. For his extra deck, he ran 3 Hilly Populist, at least that's what I call it. Ran 1 Felgran, 1 101, 1 Steel Swarm Roach, 1 Exiton, Rest in Peace, 1 Dweller, he said he only really ran or played Cowboy and only really did it once, I believe, throughout his whole entire tournament. Acid Golem, pretty much a staple. Number 17, Leviathan Dragon. 2 Ghost Trick Alucard. Back then, Ghost Trick Alucard was actually a useful, card, because anything that really sat on back row, you can, target a set card that your opponent controls and destroy the target, whether it was a monster or a set spell or trap, and your opponent was really trying to save them from not losing the game, and you pulled the Ghost Trick Alucard out of your butt, and there you go. 2 Levier, and this is the card I was actually going to get into, because with the combo of Tour Guide and Brow, which allowed you to go into Levier, get your banished Dark Worlds, special summon it, and bounce Grapha. And at that time there was really nothing that could get over Grapha with the field spell. And then to round up his extra deck, he ran Zenmans. His side deck won Thunder King. This card was amazing in Dark Worlds, Mind Crush, just because of the fact that once you were able to see your opponent's hand, you can laugh because you just seen what was in their hand. You could take away a card that's a strong card for their combo that they can do next turn. 1 Bottomless, double Mirror Force, 1 Full House, obviously for your Fire Fist matchup, 1 Eradicator, double Dust Tornado. I actually do miss this card and wish it was being played at this moment, just because you could target a spell slash trap your opponent controls, destroy that target, then set a spell slash trap from your hand. So which means if you activate this card, you could target either a Scale or a back row, and then you can set like Strike or Warning or Bottomless or really any other trap. And then you run Overworked, obviously against Boojins and Fire Fist, and then 1 Dark Smog. And to round up the rest of the deck, that is Light Imprisoning Mirror. I'm going to kind of go in depth with the deck and everything. With Dark Creator, the object of the deck is obviously to have 5 or more dark monsters in your graveyard, while you control no monsters, and then you can special summon this from your hand, and then once per turn you can banish 1 dark monster from your graveyard to target a dark monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So you can basically this card allows you to banish a random dark monster in your graveyard and then target Grapha and then special summon it, and then just go on your merry way and OTK your opponent. And then obviously we have Grapha, Dad, and everything. I just love his build just because of the fact you have so much draw power, and it allows you to spam your rank 8s, OTK fast, and really make strong boards. So I hope you guys do enjoy this video. I do want to thank Slim for letting me do a guest upload here on channel. I really do appreciate it. If you guys are not aware of my channel, which I think Slim will link down in the description, go check out my channel. Also let me know if you guys want me to do a series like this or a future series on my channel, because I'm open to really anything. And yeah, if you guys enjoy the video, smash that big like button. As always, this is YOUNGBREEZY961. Deuces.